Par, which is horn. The yun, which is wine. La Yasha'ala, which means to Israel. And Majum in the room means stand, so Punyakadum, which means turn and face the east. I'm going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shvashamayim, Kurashaya, Sumka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baratiza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Bethunano, Bachum, Kaliwam, Wasalakano, Kobakno, Kasalakno, Kobakino, Wala'a, Dabayano, Vanasai 1, a ball, Hawashino, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Waha'ala, Wasapara, La'alumium, Amun. The English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashimi al-Shah, Babakushah, Nithunano, Hakah, Barpa, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakah, Latahar, Kamatajrayim, Hakah, Lahakum, Hamathum, Hakah, Al-Rakawa, Hatamala, Lagarashun, Bashimi al-Shah, the Wadamun. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power to get unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Ashai Yunya, Al-Hahari, Ma'yan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Warataza, Aliyathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayanawum, Shemarka, Hana, La'ayanawum, Wala'aya Shun, Shomar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Aliyad, Yumyunka, Yomum, Hashmash, La'ayakaka, Wairach, Balayla, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Bakal Ra, Yashamar, After Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaka, Wabawaka, Ma'aita, Wa'aidawala. The English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayim, Al-Damayalika, Al-Zakarash, Wa-Al-Dashakwat, Al-Kayahana, Al-Yabika, Yahamiyawan, Wa-Shanayaka, Nasha'awa, Ra'ash, Al-Aimika, Yariyumwa, Sawa, Wa-Ithayatizawa, Al-Tazabawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakinam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shumya Sha'ala, Aiwa, Kaya, Waitazwa, Labia Khadwa, Alika, Bariath, Ikrathwa, Ahalia, Adawam, Weshamalia, Moab, Wahgaria, Gabal, Waimwan, Waimalak, Palashat, I'm Yashabia, as a war, Gamash war, Nawa, Aiman, Haywa, Zarwa, Lubinilawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadin, Kaseh Shara, Kayabin, Brakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayandara, Haywa, Daman, Ladama, Chetamwa, Nadiabwa, Kaira, Wakazaba, Wakazabah, Wakazamana, Kalasak Kumwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Berashah, Lanawa, Nawa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Chetamwa, Kagalga, Kakwash, Superior Ka'ash, Tabari Ira, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Haryam, Contra Basirika, Ubasopaka, Dabahalam, Ma'ala'a, Punyam, Palawan, Webakwashwa, Shumka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Webahawa, Aidai, Wehaparwa, Weyabadwa, Weyadaiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shumka, Yahawa, Labadka, Aliwan, Al Kal Haratza. The English, keep not thou silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against them, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarites, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. A sword also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Ored, and like Zeed, yea, all their princes as Sabbath, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High and possess them. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid of thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Pray for the power structure in the Hebrew. Barak atah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Me'aka Allah, Wa Lahayim, Matazabi Allah Wap Yahan, Hala Wapu, Ha Shranyim, Ha Pitzayanyim, Ha Chayalim, Wa Ha Gwafim, Yahweh, Wa Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Wada Amun. The English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now. Right now, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel. They refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, the nations, their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, the Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitatus, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all. That is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always. So be it. Saw and face the front. In Shabim, which means be seated. We right back here. And anybody in the sound of my voice, y'all better not have had Thanksgiving dinner this week. We got our own feast day coming up, the Hanukkah, on Sunday, December 14th. You should gather with your family and celebrate this beautiful feast day that observes and remembers a victory that the Most High gave us over our enemies. Instead, you want to celebrate a loss that we had against our enemies. You want to celebrate our enemies' victory against us. Does that sound right to you? I'm still waiting for somebody to break that down for me right. I'm still waiting for a Black or Hispanic person to make sense of going and celebrating your enemy's victory against you. That's how you know you're a slave. There's no way around it. That's how you know for a fact, without a doubt, that you're a slave. But we're going to be right here going into our culture and our ways. And so we're going to pick up where we left off last week in Leviticus 26 and 24. We're going to turn to it in the Hebrew. These Christians been doing overtime this week with Thanksgiving, worshiping Trump, trying to attack our brothers and sisters all over this country. And while this unprecedented attack is happening against our people, you really going to pull up to a Thanksgiving dinner? Nah. You got to cleanse that from your spirit. You got to cleanse that from your whole entire soul. Leviticus 26 and 24 from the Hebrew. Wahalakathia ap anya aimikum bakwaria wakiyathia athkum gum anya shabai al hatathikum salakatathikum 25. Wahabathia alikum harab nakumath nakum Bariath, when I sapithum, al arikum, washilchathia, the bar, bathwakum, when I thumb, the yad, al yab, verse 26, bashbaria lakum, mata lakum, waapwa, aishar, Nashum, Akamkum, Wathanawar, Achad, Washiabwa, Lakamkum, Bamashqual, Wakalatham, Wa'al, Dashbaiwa, verse 27, Wa'am, Bazath, Wa'ad, Dashmaiwa, Laya, Wa'alakathum, Aimya Bacord, Salaka Bakoria, verse 28, Walakathia, Aimakum, Bachmath, Korea, Waishrathia, Athkum, Ab Anyashabai, Al Katathicum, verse 29, Wakalathum, Bashar, Bunyakum, Wabashar, Benathicum, Dakalwa, verse 30, Washmadathia, Ath Ramathicum, Wakarathia, Athkamunyacum, Wanathathia, Aspagariacum, Alpagaria, Golalicum, Wagaila, Napasha, Athcum, and back to the English. From verse 24, then will I also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you yet 7 times for your sins. And I will bring a sword upon you that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant. And when you're gathered together within your cities, I will send a pestilence among you, and you shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy. So this is a reminder that one of the top punishments the Most High gives us for disobeying him is delivering us into the hand of our enemy. We've always been surrounded by enemies. And to this day, the Lord has punished us by giving us into the hands of our enemies. And so the first thing you got to do when you come into the Most High, you got to separate from the ways of your enemy. And if you have not yet been able to separate yourself from Thanksgiving, from Christmas, from birthdays, from all these things that benefit your enemy more than it benefits you, because you line in their pockets, you advance in their culture, you're normalizing everything else that they push in their culture. Everything goes along with it. You celebrate Thanksgiving, you might as well be celebrating Pride Month, because they go hand in hand. So you're advancing their culture, you're pushing their interests forward. You're not doing anything to build up your people. And you half-assing it. You can't do that. You can't get anywhere like that. And that's why the Most High always tells you not to be lukewarm, says be perfect. You can't do this thing halfway. Verse 26. And when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat and not be satisfied. And if you will not for all this hearken unto me, but walk contrary unto me, then I will walk contrary unto you also in fury. And even I, will chastise you 7 times for your sins. And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons, and the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat. And I will destroy your high places, and cut down your images, and cast your carcasses upon the carcasses of your idols. And my soul shall abhor you. And I will make your cities waste, and bring your sanctuaries unto desolation. And I will not smell the savor of your sweet odors. So every time people ask, how can all these terrible things happen? If there's a loving, merciful God, why are all these terrible things happening? This is your answer. It's because we disobeyed that loving God for thousands of years. And now he said, my soul shall abhor you. Can you imagine what that's like in real life? God said his soul is going to abhor you. Now, here we are in abject poverty, surrounded by an enemy that hates us and is trying to kill us every chance he gets. with no mental agency. Everything that we have in our philosophies and our ideologies was put there by our oppressor. That's the state that we're in today. That's because we brought these punishments on us. We didn't take it seriously. We said, oh, no, we just going to be over here partying like the Greeks. We'll be all right. We're going to go back to the Hebrew. Verse 32. Washmathya anya atharataza, washamunwa alia ayabikum hayashabium. Verse 33. Waathkum azra vagoyim waharyaklathya acharyakum korab wayatha aratazakum shema wahirikum yahayawa charba. 34. As the ratza haratza as shabathathya kalyumya hashma wathum baratza ayabikum as dashbath aratza waharatzah as shabathathya. 35. Kalyumya hashma dashbath aftashar la'ah shabatha Bashbathathikum Aliyah. 36. Wahansharium Bakum Wahabathya Marat Balababya Baratzath Ayabyahum Bayardap Athum Kawal Ilah Nadap Wanaswa, Manasath, Harab, Wanapalwa, Wayan, Radap. 37. Wakashalwa, Ayash, Baakiwa, Kumapunya, Harab, Radap, Ayan, Wala'at, Tahaya, Lakam, Dakwama, Lapunya, Ayabikum. 38. Wabathum, Wagoyum, Walaka, Afkum, Arataza, Ayabikum. We're going to go back to the English from 32. And I will bring the land into desolation, and your enemies which dwell therein shall be astonished at it. And that's what's going on today. We're in complete desolation to the point where our enemies are amazed. They're amazed at the state of our people, and they're amazed at what's going on in our land over there. 33. And I will scatter you among the heathen, and will draw out a sword after you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities waste. Then shall the land enjoy her Sabbaths, as long as it lieth desolate, and ye be in your enemy's land. Even then shall the land rest and enjoy her Sabbaths. And so that's the Lord saying, "Oh, you didn't want to follow my law when I gave it to you. You didn't want to give the land the Sabbath and do all the things I told you. Well, now the land's going to rest and have its own Sabbath. Now, because I'm going to take you out of it." 35. As long as it lieth desolate, it shall rest, because it did not rest in your Sabbaths when you dwelt upon it. And for a long, long time, that land over there was completely desolate. And now today, it's as soon as they build something on it, it gets bombed back down. Verse 36. And upon them that are left alive of you, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies. And the sounds of a shaken leaf shall chase them, and they shall flee as fleeing from a sword, and they shall fall when none pursueth. And that's exactly where we at today. We in such a rough state over here. We got a faintness in our heart in the land of our enemies. We know that any point, what happens when you even see a cop car even slow down next to you? It don't matter if you ain't did nothing, you ain't got no warrants. You see cops walking up on you, you tense up. You start thinking about what they're gonna do, what they're gonna say to you. We got a faintness in our heart in the land of our enemies. A sound of a shaking leaf is chasing them. Because we're in a state of violence all around us. So you hear something, you think you start wondering what's going on. They shooting over there. You ready to run because we live in a terrible state of violence and oppression, and that's a punishment from God. 37, and they shall fall one upon another, as it were before a sword, when none pursueth, and you shall have no power to stand before your enemies. And that's what we got. We got no power. We got goofies out there trying to make up movements where they building up a black militia, or they saying we're gonna get power and we're gonna demand this and we're gonna make the politicians give us that. And we don't have no power to demand nothing. And we sure don't have no power to build up any physical force against it. We are the most hated people in the most powerful country in the world. What the hell are you gonna do but get blown off the map? That's God's punishment. That's God's way of letting you know there ain't no way for you out of this except by me giving you mercy. Verse 38, ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. And we're gonna go back to the Hebrew. From verse 39. Wanasharyum, Bakum, Yamakwa, Baiwanum, Baratazath, Ayabukum, Wa'ap, Baiwanath, Habathum, Athum, Yamakwa, verse 40, Wathwadwa, Athaiunum, Wa'athaiwan, Abathum, Mamilam, Ashar, Ma'ilwa, Baya, Wa'ap, Ashar, Halakwa, Imya, Bakwarya, verse 40, Ab Anya, Alak, Imam, Bakwarya, Wabasya, Athum, Baratiza, Ayabukum, Awa, Az, Yakanai, Labum, Iral, Wa'az, Yaratazwa, Athaiwanum, 42, was Karathia, Az, Athbaryathia, Yaiquab, Wa'ap, Athbaryathia, that's Zachak, Wa'ap, Athbaryathia, Abraham, Azakar, Harat, Waharatza, Zakar, 43, Waharatza, Izah, Mahum, Watharatza, Ath, Shabbathathia, Bashma, Mahum, Wahum, Yaratzawa, Ath, Iwanum, Ya'ain, Wab Ya'ain, Shapatya, Mahaswa, Wa'ath, Quathia, the Isla, the Pashim, verse 44, Wa'ab Gums Ath, by Wathum, Baratza, Ayabihum, La'ah, Masathim, Wala'ah, Gailathium, Lakalathum, Lapar, Rayathia, Thum, Kaya, Anyehawa, Alhayachim, verse 45, was it Karathia, Salakia? Was it? I finished on 38 on the last one. Oh, get out. Got you. 34. And back to the English from 38. Ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. And they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity in your enemies' lands, and also in the iniquities of their fathers shall they pine away with them. If they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass which they trespass against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I also have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity. And so that's a heavy verse, because the Lord is telling us that he's walking contrary unto us for all of our disobedience. And that's the only way that it even makes sense to explain the state of our people today. We know that we're a great people. We know all the abilities that we have, all the talents that we have. Why are we at the bottom? Why are we so subjected? If it's not a divine heavenly punishment. Guess what? If it's not a divine heavenly punishment, then what? What else you got? Because now we just at the bottom. Now what? Now what's your solution? Keep begging politicians, waiting for the next Barack Obama, so he'll get in there and sign off on gay marriage and say F you niggas and go home. That's what you're waiting on if you think that this is just an earthly thing, that we just so happen to be at the bottom, that we just so happen to be still in slavery. Because if a people 150 years after we were so-called freed have not been able to get out of the bottom of every category in America, you got the worst health, the worst education, the most poverty, the most crime. Please explain. And that goes for blacks and Hispanics. The most broken homes, the lowest marriage rate, the highest disease rate, the lowest life expectancy, everything. Why? Because it's by design. And if you understand that the white man is your enemy, America is against you, and it's not going to change no matter how nice you are, no matter how good of a Greek you are, no matter how well you try to fit in, no matter how much you play their game, they've got it set up to keep us at the bottom. The only solution is what it's saying right here. If we confess our iniquities and the iniquity of our fathers, and if we walk contrary to the Most High, and so therefore the Most High walk contrary to us. In verse 42, then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land. The land also shall be left of them, and shall enjoy her Sabbaths while she lieth desolate without them. And they shall accept of the punishment of their iniquity, because even because they despised my judgments, and because their soul abhorred my statutes. And so we despise the judgment. We say, well, why should somebody have this punishment for doing this? Well, guess what? Now you're getting 10 times the punishment for doing the same thing. You Atlanta cats, y'all didn't like that why would you have a death penalty for homosexuality? They just want to live their lives. Well, guess what? Now you got AIDS and monkeypox, and you poor, and you getting ready to off yourself. And you got the highest suicide rates. because you didn't accept the punishment that the Lord gave you. You despised the Lord's judgments. Verse 44, and yet for all that, when they be in the land of their enemies, I will not cast them away, neither will I abhor them, to destroy them utterly, and to break my covenant with them, for I am the Lord their God. And that's incredible. The Lord has mercy on us through all that. And that also tells you what that word abhor means, because the Lord just said he's walking contrary to us. Literally, what that other verse say? His soul is against us, but it says, yet will I not abhor them. So whoever's out there trying to say you're not supposed to abhor an Edomite, all right, well, we're not out there destroying them utterly, right? Back to the Hebrew. From verse 45 in the Hebrew. Wazkarathia lacham, Salaka, Wazkarathia laham baryath, Rashanim ashar, Awatzathia, Atham Maratza, Matzarium, Layanya, Hagoyim, Lahayath, Laham, Lalahayim, Anyahawa, verse 46. Allah Hakwathim, Wa Mishpatyum, Watharath, Ashar Nathan, Yahweh Bayanwa, Wabayan Banya Sha'ala, Bahar Shayanya, Bayad Masha, 27 verse 1, Wayadabar Yahweh al Masha Amar, verse 2, Dabar Banya Sha'ala, Wa Marath Alaham, Ayashkaya, Yapala, Nadar, Baraka, Napashath La Yahweh, verse 3, Wahaya, Iraka, Hazakar, Mabun, Aisharyum, Shana, Wa'id, Bun Shashayim, Shana, Wahaya, Iraka, Kamashim, Shakwal, Kasap, Bashakwal, Hakodash, verse 4, Wa'am Nakubah, Hawa'ah, Wahaya, Iraka, Shlashim Shakwal, verse 5, Wa'am Abun, Chamash Shanyum, Wa'id, Banasharyum, Shana, Wahaya, Iraka, Hazakar, Aisharyum, Shaqualium, Wanakwabah, Aisharath, Shaqualium. And back to the English from verse 45. But I will, for their sakes, remember the covenant of their ancestors, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt in the sight of the heathen, that I might be their God. I am the Lord. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses. And that's so heavy because that's how important that covenant is to the Most High. That even for all our disobedience, for all that he punishes us, he still said in the end, he's going to remember that covenant. And that's the mercy of the Most High right there. See, y'all focus out on the punishment because some of y'all don't like that concept. Some of y'all really, really hate that concept that it's a punishment from the Most High. Instead of focusing on that, focus on the mercy if you come back. Chapter 27, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When a man shall make a singular vow, the person shall be for the Lord by thy estimation. And thy estimation shall be of the male from 20 years old even unto 60 years old. Even thy estimation shall be 50 shekels of silver after the shekel of the sanctuary. And if it be a female, then thy estimation shall be 30 shekels. And if it be from 5 years old even unto 20 years old, then thy estimation shall be of the male 20 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. And if it be from a month old even unto 5 years old, then thy estimation shall be of the male 5 shekels of silver, and for the female thy estimation shall be 3 shekels of silver. And back to the Hebrew. Wa'am abun chadash wide Ben Hamash, Shunyum, Wahaya Iraka, Hazakar, Hamasha, Shaqualium, Kasap, Wanakwaba, Iraka, Shalashath, Shaqualium, Kasap, Wa'am Abun, Shashayim, Shana, Wa'ila, Amzakar, Wahaya Iraka, Hamasha, Aishar, Shaqual, Wanakwaba, Aishara, Shaqualium, verse 8, Wa'am, Makawa'a, Ma'iraka, Wahimiyadwa, Lapunya, Hakahun, Wahayarika, Athwa, Hakahun, Al Paya, Ishar, Dashiyag, Yad Hanadar, Yairaknawa, Hakahun, Wa'am Bahama, Ishar, Yakuryabwa, Mamana, Korban la Yahweh, Kalashar Yathan, Mamunwa la Yahweh, Yahaya Kodash, verse 10, La'ah, Yachalapunwa, Wala'ah, Yamyar, Athwa, Tuwab Barai, Awa Rai Batwab, Wa'am Hamar, Yamyar, Bahama, Babahama, Wahaya Hawa, Wastamarathwa, Yahaya Kodash, verse 11, Wa'am, Kal Bahama, Tama'ah, Ashar La'ah, Yakoryabwa, Mamana Korban, La Yahweh, Wahai Moyad, Asa Bahama, Lapunya Hakahun, verse 12, Wa'iriyak, Hakahun, Natha, Buntuwab, Bun Rai, Kairaka, Hakahun, Kun Yahaya, and back to the English. And if it be from 60 years old and above, if it be a male, then thy estimation shall be 15 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. But if he be poorer than thy estimation, then he shall present himself before the priest, and the priest shall value him. According to his ability that vowed shall the priest value him. And if it be a beast, whereof men bring an offering unto the Lord, all that any man giveth of such unto the Lord shall be holy. He shall not alter it, nor change it, a good for a bad, or a bad for a good. And if he shall at all change beast for beast, then it and the exchange thereof shall be holy. And if it be any unclean beast, of which they do not offer a sacrifice unto the Lord, then he shall present the beast before the priest, and the priest shall value it, whether it be good or bad, as thou valuest it, who art the priest, so shall it be. And so this is just going on, laws regarding vows and what you put up to represent that vow. We're going to run back to the Hebrew from verse 13. Wa'am ga'al, ya'agalana, wa'esap, chamayashathwa, al-araka, verse 14. Wa'yash kaya yakodash, asbayathwa, kodash la Yahweh, wa'arika, hakahun, buntawab, wa'bun rai kashar, Ya'irika, Athwa, Kahun, Kun Yakwam, verse 15, Wa'am, Hamakwadium, Yagaal, Athbayathwa, Vesap, Chamayashiath, Kasap, Araka, Aliwa, Wahaya, Lawa, verse 16, Wa'am, Mashadah, Achazathwa, Yakuriyash, Ayash la Yahweh, Wahaya, Iraka, Lapia, Zariwa, Zarai, Hamar, Sha'arium, Lachamashim, Shaqual, Kasap, verse 17, Amashna, Am Manath, Hayabal, Yakuriyash, Shadawa, Kairaka, Yakuwam. Verse 18, Wa'am, Achar, Hayabal, Yakuriyash, Shadawa, Wakashab, Wawa, Hakahan, Athakasap, Al Paya, Hashanium, Hanawasarath, Aid Shanath, Hayabal, Wanagarai, Mairaka. Verse 19, Wa'am Ga'al, Yagal, Afhashadah, Hamakwadiyash, Athwa, Wayasap, Chamashiath, Kasap, Iraka, Aliwa, Wakomlawa. And back to the English. This is the 6th. From verse 13. But if he will at all redeem it, then he shall add a 5th part thereof unto thy estimation. And when a man shall sanctify his house to be holy unto the Lord, then the priest shall estimate it, whether it be good or bad. As the priest shall estimate it, so shall it stand. And if he that sanctified it will redeem his house, then he shall add the 5th part of the money of thy estimation unto it, and it shall be his. And if a man shall sanctify unto the Lord some part of a field of his possession, then thy estimation shall be according to the seed thereof. And homer of barley seed shall be valued at 50 shekels of silver. If he sanctify his field from the year of Jubile, according to thy estimation, it shall stand. But if he sanctify his field after the Jubile, then the priest shall reckon unto him the money according to the years of that remain, even unto the year of the Jubile, and it shall be abated from thy estimation. And if he that sanctified the field will in any wise redeem it, then he shall add the 5th part of the money of thy estimation unto it, and it shall be assured to him. And if he will not redeem the field, or if he have sold the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed any more. But the field, when it goeth out in the Jubile, shall be holy unto the Lord, as a field devoted. The possession thereof shall be the priest's. And back to the English from verse 9, or the Hebrew selected from verse 19. Wa'am Ga'al, Yaga'al, Athashadah, Hamakwadyash, Athwa, Wayasap, Chamashiath Kasap, Iraka, Aliwa, Wakum Lawa, Am Lawa, Yaga'al, Ath Ashadah, Wa'am Makar, Ath Ashadah, La'ayash Shachar, La'ah, Yaga'al, Iwad. Verse 21. Wayahaya, Hashadah, Watazathwa, Wayabal, Chodash, Layahawa, Kashadah, Hacharyam Lakahan, Lahaya, Achazathwa, 22, Wa'amath Shadah, Makonathwa, Ashar La'am, Mashadah, Achazathwa, Yakwadiyash, Layahawa, verse 23, Lachashab, Lawa, Akahan, Ath, Makasath, Hiraka, Aid, Shanath, Hayabal, my son, Ath, Hiraka, Bayawam, Hahawa'a, Kodash, Layahawa, 24, Bashanath, Hayabal, Yashwab, Hashadah, La'ashar, Konawa, Ma'athwa, La'ashar, Lawa, Achazath, Haratazah, 25, Wukal, Iraka, Yahaya, Bashakwal, HaKodash, Aisharyam, Garah, Yahaya, Hashakwal, 26, Akbakwar, Ashar, Yabakar, Layahawa, Babahama, La'ah, Yakwariyash, Ayash, Athwa, Am Shawar, Amshah, Layahawa, Hawa. And back to the English. And if he will not redeem the field, or if he have sold the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed any more. But the field, when it goeth out into the Jubile, shall be holy unto the Lord, as a field devoted. The possession thereof shall be the priest's. And if a man sanctify unto the Lord a field which he hath bought, which is not of the fields of his possession, then the priest shall reckon unto him the worth of thy estimation, even unto the year of the Jubile. And he shall give thine estimation in that day as a holy thing unto the Lord. In the year of the Jubile, the field shall return unto him of whom it was bought, even to him to whom the possession of the land did belong. And all thy estimations shall be according to the shekel of the sanctuary. 20 gerahs shall be the shekel. Only the firstling of the beast, which should be the Lord's firstling, no man shall sanctify it. Whether it be ox or sheep, it is the Lord's. And so, Lord willing, we come back to the Most High, and we'll have our kingdom, and we'll be able to think about animals and sheep and oxen and whatnot. And we'll have our kingdom, Lord willing. We got behind.
I don't understand what was skipping the multiplying verses, the other verses.
Yeah, we had put the early weeks so brother said something. So we're a little bit behind. You know what I'm saying?
For them to confuse the audience?
Nah. This is gonna be a little bit catch up with the others. Like 2 more sets. I'm gonna go back to the Hebrew from verse 27. Wa'am babahama ata'ath wapadah Bairaka Isupk Chamashathwa Alua Wa'am La'a Yaga'al Wanamakar Bairaka 28 Akal Karam Ashar Yacharam Ayash La Yahweh Makal Asharlawa Madam Wabahama Washada Achzathwa La'a Yamakar Wala'a Yagal Kal Haram Kodash Kodashim Hawale Hawa 29 Kal Haram Ashar Yacharam Mun Hadam La'a Yapada Wawath Yalmath verse 30 Wakal Ma'aishar Haratiza Mazrai Haratiza Mapaya Haratiza Lehawa Wa'a Kodash Lehawa verse 31 Wa'am Ga'al Yaga'al Ayash Mamaisharya Mamaisharwa Hamashathwa Yasap Aliwa 32 Wakal Ma'aishar Bakwar Watzazan Kalashar Yaibar the Chath Hashabah Haishiarya Yahya Kodash La Yahweh verse 33 La'ah Yabakwar Buntawab Larai Wala'ah Yamayarunwa Wa'am Hamar Yamayarunwa Wahaya Hawa'ah Wathamaраthwa Yahya Kodash La'ah Yaga'al. Back to the English. Come on. Right. So now we're on 27 to 33. So I went one over. So 27 to 32. And then we'll do 33 into numbers. Come on. Back to the English from verse 27. And if it be of an unclean beast, then he shall redeem it according to thine estimation, and shall add a fifth part of it thereto. Or if it be not redeemed, then it shall be sold according to thy estimation. So again, we basically talking about like collateral that you putting up to represent your vow. So it can be an unclean beast. You could put up your garbage disposal pig, because that's what the Lord made pigs for. He gave them a purpose. All unclean beasts have a purpose. They're part of the, you can use them as tools. You just can't eat them when they die. You just can't kill them to eat. Well, you can't eat anything when it dies of its own. You sure can't kill them to eat. You just use them for the purpose that the Lord made them for. And if you want to bring it as your collateral for your vow, you can do that. There's a law for it. Verse 28, notwithstanding no devoted thing that a man shall devote unto the Lord of all that he hath, both of man and beast, and of the field of his possession, shall be sold or redeemed. Every devoted thing is most holy unto the Lord. None devoted which shall be devoted of men shall be redeemed, but shall surely be put to death. And all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land and of the fruit of the tree, is the Lord's. It is holy unto the Lord. And if a man will at all redeem aught of his tithes, he shall add thereto the fifth part thereof. And concerning the tithe of the herd or of the flock, even of whatsoever passeth under the rod, the tenth shall be holy unto the Lord. So we're going to go back to the Hebrew from 33. La yabakwar bayantawab larai wala'a yamayorunwa wa'am hamar yamayorunwa wahaya hawa'a wathamarathwa yahaya kwadash la'a yagaal. 34. Allah mutasawath ashar Kazwa Yahweh Athmasha Alban Yasha'ala Bahar Sayanya. Numbers 1 and verse 1. Waydabar Yahweh Al Masha Bamadabar Sayanya Bahal Mo'ad Bachar Lakadash Hashanya Bashna Hashaniyath Latazathum Marataza Matazarium La'amar. And that at the beginning, that Bama Dabar, that's how you refer to the book of Numbers in the Hebrew. Each book of the first 5 books, the books of Moses, are called in the Hebrew by the first phrase. But the first phrase here in Numbers is similar to another book. So you use the second phrase, Bama Dabar, which is in the wilderness. So Genesis is Bara'ashath, which is in the beginning, Bara'ashath. Exodus is Shemawath, which is names, because Exodus 1 and 1 says, now these are the names of the children of Israel. Leviticus is Waikarah, which is and he called, because 1 and 1 is and the Lord called unto Moses. Now we in Numbers, which is Bama Dabar, because 1 and 1 is and the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai. So verse 2. Sha'awa Athrash Kalaidath Banya Sha'ala Lamashbachasum Babayath Abasum Lamasapar Shemawath Kalzakar Lagalagalathum. Verse 3. Mabun Aisharium Shana Mamaila Kal Yatazah Tazabah Bayasha'ala Lapquadwa Athum Latazabathum Atha Waharan. Verse 4. Waathkum Yahayo Yahayawa Ayashayash Lamata Ayash Ra'ash Labayath Abathua Ho'ah. Verse 5. Wa'Allah Shemawath Ha'anashim Mashar Yamadwa Athakum Lavra'alban Aliyatzawar Bun Shadiath Shadal War. Verse 6. Lashmayawan Shalom Ya'ala Bun Tazawar Yashadya. That's a name right there. That in the English, what is it? Zorashadai. Tazawar Yashadya. And we're going to go back to the English. Leviticus 27:34. These are the commandments which the Lord commanded Moses for the children of Israel in Mount Sinai. Numbers 1:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the second month in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their polls. So he polled them, meaning this was like a head count. And they lined them all up by the house of their fathers, because that's how you know who you are in Israel. That's how you know what tribe you are. That's how you know what nation you are, by the house of their fathers. From 20 years old and upward, this is verse 3 now, from 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel. Thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies. And with you there shall be a man of every tribe, every one head of the house of his fathers. And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you. Of the tribe of Reuben, Elizur the son of Shadur. Of Simeon, Shalumiel the son of Zurishaddai. And that's where we're going to leave off. And we're going to come back next week. Imagine up here. Young, which means wine. La Yasha'Allah, which means to Israel. Bar, which is horn. Imagine in the room. So plenty happy dumb, which means stand, turn, and face east. You're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakata, Dabah, Ratazah, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathunano, Lachum, Kaliwam, Wasalakano, Kawatnu, Taslakno, Kawatino, Wala'ah, Tabayano, Banashawan, Abal, Hawashano, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Kamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wakapara, Lawalami, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Pray for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Babu Kwashah, Nathunano, Hakak, Hakak, Barpa, Kal Makalah, Wakal Marawah, Hakak, Latahar, Hamasariah, Hakak, Lahakim, Hamathim, Hakak, Kawat, Hatamala, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the Wada Amun. The English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness, all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Ash'ai Yunya, Al-Hahari, Mayan, Yabah, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Waratazah, Aliyathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Aliyah woman, Shamarka, Hanah, La'ah, Yet a woman, Wala'ah, his son, Shomar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Kazalka, Aliyah, Yom Yunka, Yomum, Hashemash, La'ayakaka, Wairah, Balayla, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Ra, Yashamar, Asnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaaska, Wabawaka, Ma'aita, Wa'ada Walam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence comes my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damyalika, Al Harash, or Al Tashquat, Al Kayana, Al Yabika, Yahamiwan, Mashinayaka, Nashawa, Ra'ash, Alamika, Yariyamwa, Suwad, Wayatayatazawa, Al Tazabawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Lakakinim, Magoya, Wala'ah, Zakar, Shum Yashala, Iwad, Kaya, Nawai Tazawad, Lab Yakadwa, Alika, Mariat, Yakarafwa, Ahalia, Adawum, Washimalium, Moaba, Wahagaria, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'amalat, Falashak, Amishabias, Tazawar, Gamashwar, Alwa, Aiman, Haywa, Zarwad, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalahum, Kamadian, Kasiyashara, Kayabian, Rakal, Koyashwan, and Shemadwa, Layandara, Hayawa, Daman, Ladama, Setamwa, Nadiyamwa, Ira, Wizaba, Kazabak, Wakazalmanai, Kalanasai Kumwa, Hashar, Amarwa, Narashah, Lanawat, Af, Nawaf, Alahayu, Alahayad, Shetamwa, Kagala, Kakwash, Kapanyaraka, Kaash, Kabaria Ira, Wakalahaba, Galahat, Haryam, Contra-Adapma, Basiraka, Wasopaka, Dabahalam, Mala'ah, Puniham, Palawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shumka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ajai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shumka, Yahawa, Labadka, Aliwan, Al-Kalharatza. In the English, keep not thou silence on my power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power. For lo, thine enemies made a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against our people, and consulted against our hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zed. Yea, all their princes as Zabah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, or the Most High, over all the earth. Pray for the power structure in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Mayakahal. Wa Lahai. Matazabia. Alawak Yahan. Ha Alawaki. Ha Srani. Ha Kaziani. Ha Kayali. Wa Ha Waki. Yahweh. Bashim Yahweh Shai. The water. Amen. In the English, bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yohanan. The generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now, right now, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel. They refuse to give to the school, force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations, their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitatus, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, will try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues take the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel come down with flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak our word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you always. So be it. Song face the front. Shout out to everybody checking in the chat. Shout out to the chat. We're gonna pick it up right back next week, right where we left off at Numbers 1 and 7. We'll give one courtesy salute, men of Israel. I'm Majim Shabbat. I'm Majim Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakathon. Yajim Matah. That concludes the Sabbath service.
Yeah.